Just a few moments ago, breaking news emerged regarding Harry's revelation of evidence that Meghan had covertly supplied internal royal information to Netflix. Welcome, friends, to the channel. In a captivating podcast, Dermoise spills the tea, diving deep into the Harry and Megan saga. Her guest, who personally knows Bill Simmons, drops a bombshell claim that will leave you astounded. Apparently, Harry showed no interest in partnering with Spotify, which is quite surprising, don't you think? And brace yourselves for more shocking news. The guest predicts that Netflix might sever ties with the royal duo, something we all have been speculating about. According to the guest, Meghan cunningly extracted everything she desired from her relationship, gaining a wealthy British husband and more fame. Before Meghan's arrival, the source had no insider knowledge of the royal family. Thanks to Meghan, he was inundated with secret information, all courtesy of her friends and team. Remember when the prince's scandalous rumors were first leaked and Rose was mentioned? Confirmation now arises that Meghan was behind those rumors, which is truly unbelievable. In another twist, Prince William, the master strategist, caught wind of Meghan's leaks and decided to test her by planting false information. His intention was to prove a point to Harry. However, Harry remained stubborn, besotted, and unable to see the truth. Now, the real reason behind William and Catherine's frosty demeanor towards Meghan during a walkabout last year is about to be revealed. If they had solid evidence of her leaking confidential information, it would explain the icy glares and hostility. A web of secrets and intrigue surrounds this entire situation. During that walkabout, something extraordinary occurred that left Meghan's face filled with sheer terror. Look closely and you'll see it's not sadness but fear. Meghan's actions and reactions seem to reflect the traits of a narcissist and sociopath, preferring to strike from the shadows rather than facing someone strong like Kate. Following the dramatic walkabout, William and Catherine wasted no time confronting Harry and Meghan about their discoveries. Meghan attempted to play her part poorly, but she couldn't hide her trembling during the walkabout itself. Stripped of her typical self-importance, she and Harry were forced to confront a truth they wished to ignore. This confrontation seems to have shaken Meghan to her core, making her wear stockings, a departure from her usual style. Her true nature has been laid bare for all to see, and it appears that William's confrontation brought about a significant shift in their interactions. The plot thickens as we witness Meghan shrinking before our eyes, especially in the presence of William and Catherine. There's something terribly serious that unfolded between the Sussexes and the Cambridges, leaving us wondering if William had previously confronted her about her sneaky behavior. Indeed, Meghan's actions and reactions have unveiled a side of her that makes her true intentions all the more intriguing. Let's begin with Meghan's behavior at the funeral, which displayed arrogance, annoyance, and defiance. Her tears seemed insincere, conveying intense irritation instead of grief. Meghan was furious that the Queen's passing disrupted her meticulously laid plans. Surprisingly, during the outing to witness floral tributes, Meghan fell ill not due to the Queen's demise, but because of something William and Kate revealed to Harry, leaving her reeling. It's reasonable to assume that William made it clear to the Sussexes that they must join them and behave, or they would face an immediate return to the USA. Influential powers like Netflix and Penguin also likely played a role in compelling the Sussexes to make the deal. The plot thickens as the situation unfolds. As it all came to an end, Harry felt immense relief, but Meghan was seething with anger. The Queen's funeral turned into an unimaginable nightmare for the Sussexes, crushing Meghan's vision of the grand tour as her moment of triumph. A video captures the revealing moment when the car door closes and Meghan can be seen passionately berating Harry, venting her frustrations about how she was treated at the funeral. It's a jaw-dropping spectacle, showcasing her anger and suffering. Picture this: Meghan on the hunt for paparazzi pictures of Catherine and herself shopping together during their girlfriend days. The media found this request peculiar and verified it by calling Kensington Palace, but Catherine vehemently denied it, leading to a fallout in their relationship. Meghan's anger goes deeper. She felt that Kensington Palace skillfully covered up Harry's escapades, molding his public image, but refused to do the same for her. They wanted her out, and she lacked the capacity to feel embarrassment or remorse, doubling down on her bad behavior, perpetuating lies, gaslighting, and leaking information. A source has claimed that Harry's post-divorce behavior is causing concern. He's allegedly planning to venture into poorly run and scandal-hit charities in Bali, creating a fuss about the Africans he abandoned. While he has injected money and appointed new people, the charity seems unchanged, serving as vanity projects for personal gain. Until Harry cuts ties with all charities, the public perceives no genuine change in his actions. He's been denied a British passport, which is seen as a privilege, not a right. His behavior during the coronation, using it as a backdrop to advertise a Dior suit, was criticized. As he nears 40 and is married, he should seek employment like most people, rather than relying on charity money. Harry's single-speaking engagement was viewed as an embarrassment, raising questions about his ability to contribute positively. His accusations of racism within his family and the British people have left a negative impact. The claims about Archie's baby bump being fake and the disrespect shown to the British people have caused offense. People are calling for honesty regarding the invisible children and the lies he's allegedly told for the past 5 years. To regain trust and respect, Harry needs to face the consequences of his actions, act responsibly, and show genuine remorse. As an American, the actions of Harry and Meghan have been shocking and offensive to the writer. They believe it would be honorable for Harry not to show his face in public again. The writer fears accommodating Harry's oversized ego would tarnish the British monarchy's image. While King Charles may forgive Harry as a son, the writer believes he won't put the royal responsibilities at risk. The hope is that Harry will eventually come to terms with his actions and make amends. Regardless of family reconciliation, it's unlikely Harry will return as a working royal. He may be required to lead a private life or fully commit to charity work, which could positively impact his perspective. Maybe if Harry spends a few years working with orphans in a remote place, he could gain a better understanding of his past mistakes. Considering Harry's mental health, his father may be concerned and provide him a safe space away from the public eye, along with mental health support and addressing his addictions. However, reinstating previous military titles would create unnecessary public resentment and challenges for Charles and the rest of the family. Harry must face the consequences of his actions over the past years and accept any offered support to truly move forward. While some may feel Harry should be shunned, like the Duke of Windsor, it's essential to find a balance that ensures his well-being and privacy. The divorce rate is high, and people make mistakes, but there's no benefit in voyeurism or excessive truth-telling that causes harm. Surrogacy may lead to potential scandals, which the king is wisely trying to avoid. Harry's family may accept him back, but trust may take time to rebuild. His lies and deceitful acts have damaged his reputation, making him an outcast. To be accepted again, he may need to go into hiding for some time. As for Meghan Markle, she may struggle to find her own way, and her actions may cause ongoing tension with the royal family. Karma may have consequences for her actions. The public wouldn't be pleased if Harry were given any honorary military roles, given his past statements against the UK. Rehabilitation for Harry is challenging, and therapy and rehab for his drug addiction problems are crucial. William likely understands public sentiment better than Charles, who tends to prioritize personal desires over the right decisions for family relationships. The truth about the invisible kids should come out, but it's essential to hold both Harry and Meghan accountable for their actions. Continuing with their week of challenges, Meghan and Harry have faced yet another embarrassing blow. In a surprising turn of events, we might find ourselves feeling some pity for them, which is unexpected. The Daily Mail revealed that after the funeral of the late Majesty, Meghan and Harry asked the U.S. President, Joe Biden, and First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, if they could get a ride back to the U.S. on Air Force One. The couple seemingly believed that the most powerful man in the free world would be willing to offer them this privilege, even though they are no longer representatives of the crown. It's a clear demonstration of their sense of exceptionalism, still expecting certain benefits despite leaving their royal duties. Their security situation has also been a point of contention. While only a few senior royal family members are entitled to full-time security, Meghan and Harry seemingly assumed that these criteria wouldn't apply to them even after stepping away from their royal roles. Harry has faced the reality of rules and limitations that also apply to him, leading to instances where he expected certain privileges and had to come to terms with the fact that they were not automatically granted. For instance, his request for a wreath to be laid on his behalf on Remembrance Day was denied by the Queen, as it was an official event, and being genetically related to the sovereign was not sufficient for automatic inclusion. Despite their struggles, Meghan and Harry have been trying to navigate their new lives, seeking benefits and opportunities that may not align with their current status. This latest incident with Air Force One serves as a reminder that they are no longer working members of the royal family and may need to adjust their expectations accordingly. Meghan and Harry are going through an incredibly challenging week, facing one awkward and embarrassing situation after another. This week has been particularly tough for them, and we've seen their discomfort unfold. In the latest development, Meghan and Harry faced another embarrassment as it was revealed that they asked the U.S. President, Joe Biden, and his wife, Dr. Jill Biden, for a ride back to the U.S. on Air Force One after attending the funeral of Her late Majesty last year. This request was reported by journalists at the Daily Mail, and it left many surprised and bewildered. It's quite unexpected to see Meghan and Harry in this position, as they have always portrayed themselves as independent individuals, not seeking royal privileges. However, the fact that they believe the President of the United States would agree to give them a lift on Air Force One, despite no longer being representatives of the Crown, shows a sense of exceptionalism on their part. This sense of entitlement is not limited to their travel arrangements. It also extends to their security situation. While only a few senior members of the royal family are entitled to full-time security, Meghan has faced real and disturbing threats, as revealed by the former head of counter-terrorism policing during a TV interview last year. Overall, Meghan and Harry's recent experiences have put them in an awkward and pitiable position, and some may even sympathize with them despite their previous portrayal of independence and distance from royal privileges. However, Meghan and Harry seem to have assumed that the rules and standards applied to other non-working members of the royal family wouldn't apply to them when they made the decision to step away from their royal duties. Their desire to live a life away from the royal spotlight, even as neighbors to celebrities like Orlando Bloom, was apparent. Yet it appears that they had unrealistic expectations regarding certain privileges. For instance, they seem to believe that 10 Downing Street would continue funding their security despite living on another continent and no longer holding any official diplomatic status. Since 2022, Harry has been in a battle with the Home Office's Executive Committee for the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures, known as RAVAC, over the withdrawal of their family's full-time protection. Harry faced the harsh reality that the rules applied to him as well, something he appeared to find confusing. Even back in November 2020, when he requested a wreath to be laid on his behalf on Remembrance Day, his request was denied by the palace, showing that simply being genetically related to the sovereign wasn't enough for automatic inclusion in official events. Similarly, in 2021, the Queen's decision to remove Meghan and Harry's remaining official patronages and Harry's honorary military roles illustrated that Buckingham Palace wouldn't allow them to hold symbolic positions when they had publicly rejected their royal roles and lived far away. It seems that in their eagerness for freedom outside the confines of royal life, they may not have fully considered the consequences of their resignation. Perhaps they didn't anticipate that such decisions could result in limitations to certain privileges, like the White House not granting them presidential plane rides due to their aspirations in Hollywood and their retained titles. The recent article from the Daily Mail only adds to the perception of their exceptionalism, as it showcases a pattern of expectations that differ from the realities faced by other non-working royals. Now, at this point in time, the story about Air Force One would be incredibly embarrassing, like an entitlement hangover. However, this news comes after 2 months of constant bad press for Meghan and Harry. Their brands and careers have been facing criticism from all sides, and it's been nothing but negative. Their Spotify deal has already fallen through, and there are reports suggesting that Netflix might soon follow suit when their current contract ends. Even the Wall Street Journal criticized their Hollywood endeavors, describing it as a flop, and reported that their company lacked direction and experienced surprises in finishing entertainment projects. Industry insiders have spoken up too, calling them lazy and difficult, and to add to their woes, speculative reports have surfaced about troubles in their marriage, although insiders close to the couple vehemently deny these claims. It's hard not to feel some sympathy for them as they seem to be facing a never-ending streak of failures. Despite deserving some of the criticism they've received, their public support and acclaim in the U.S. have been lacking. Recently, they even had to fly back to the West Coast on a commercial airline, a far cry from their previous privileges. While they may be going through tough times, it's essential to remember that their situation isn't as dire as that of Prince and Princess Michael of Kent. Their daughter's ex-boyfriend attested to this when he shared a rather humbling anecdote about traveling with them. As always, feel free to share your opinions and thoughts on Harry and Meghan in the comments section below. If you find this video helpful, don't hesitate to like and share it with your friends and relatives. And remember to subscribe to our Kate Middleton and the Queen News channel for more updates in the future. Thank you for watching and good night. We'll see you again tomorrow. The U.S. government dealt a severe blow to Meghan and Harry, and their perceived delusion is disapproved. Meghan Markle seems fixated on certain words like entitled, privilege, and delusion. Recently, there were claims that Harry and Meghan requested to return to the U.S. on Air Force One after attending the late Queen's funeral. Journalists from the Daily Mail received information from the White House communications officer about this incident. However, due to the ongoing legal battle between Harry and the media, details have started to surface. Tensions between the royals and the Sussexes escalated when Charles invited Harry to Balmoral to see his grandmother one last time, but with a condition to leave Meghan behind. This surely sparked some heated conversations between Meghan and Harry. According to reports, Meghan planned a significant photo op to retaliate against Charles and distract from the late Queen's death. Her aspirations for a future in politics and a last jab at the royal family fueled her desire to be photographed boarding the iconic blue and white 747 alongside the U.S. President and First Lady. Meghan's belief in her royal title and connection to the family apparently led her to think she could act with impunity. It's clear that the White House denied her request, and even Joe Biden, known for his family-oriented values, didn't entertain such an idea. The Obamas had already distanced themselves from Meghan and Harry, and their supposed liberal values had no impact on the decision. It is questionable that Meghan didn't understand the impropriety of her request. Regarding Harry, some expressed doubts about his relevance, claiming he abandoned his responsibilities for Meghan, who was considered a second-rate actress, using British taxpayers' money and later attempting to do the same with American taxpayers. Meghan's attempt to use her title to justify her actions didn't sit well with many. Ultimately, the White House's rejection of their request was well-founded, as it is inappropriate for them to fly on Air Force One, considering the expenses borne by American taxpayers. Even if Donald Trump were in power, it is unlikely he would have entertained such a request, given his previous comments about Harry and his marriage. In conclusion, Meghan and Harry's aspirations to fly on Air Force One were unrealistic, and the U.S. government made the right decision in denying their request. Their actions and perceived entitlement have drawn criticism from various corners, including politicians like Joe Biden and Donald Trump. The late Queen would have been the last person in the world to want that woman by her deathbed. They had spoken only a few times in 3 years, and the woman had been banished from the public royal fold. When she turned up uninvited at Windsor with Harry, she was kept apart from the family during tea with the staff. Traditionally, only blood family members are present at someone's deathbed, unless the person requests otherwise. Meghan's behavior was neither respectful nor normal. Some people even joke that she might have exclaimed, "I can't believe I'm not getting paid for this," due to her history of being an actress. Meghan's lies, especially her claim of sacrifice to become part of the royal family, are well known. Many believe she and Harry had no right to expect the American taxpayers to fund their travels, especially on Air Force One. The fact that they even made such a request shows their sense of entitlement and self-importance. Critics like Lady C have called Meghan narcissistic, and her actions only reinforce that perception. Despite numerous humiliations, Meghan seems to believe she is superior and intelligent, when in reality she has nothing significant to offer. For some, Meghan's soap opera-like drama has become tiresome, and they just wish it would come to an end. The lay queen herself was known for her simple and down-to-earth nature, as shown when she insisted on a regular train carrying her coffin, just like her late husband's. Ultimately, Meghan's war against the royal family is seen as futile, and she is unlikely to succeed. It's baffling why she continues to pursue such conflicts when it's clear she won't gain anything from it. Harry and Meghan find themselves at a crossroads following their separation. While Meghan remains in the USA seeking money and fame, Harry is headed to Africa in search of peace and privacy. Their California dream of fame and fortune has taken a severe hit with public backlash, canceled business deals, and family feuds. Palace insiders have shared insights with the National Enquirer magazine, revealing that Harry and Meghan are bewildered by the situation they find themselves in. Harry, feeling uncomfortable with Meghan's pursuit of show business success, seems to have lost his identity in the process. A trial separation may offer a chance for them to resolve their differences and find strength in moving forward. As parents of Archie and Lilibet, the couple is desperate for a reset due to a series of public relations disasters. Negative backlash followed their public criticisms of Harry's family, and they faced criticism of being grifters after securing a $20 million deal with Spotify. Meghan's talent was questioned by industry figures, and their claims of victimhood during a supposed high-speed car chase in Manhattan were ridiculed. During Harry's upcoming trip to Africa to film a documentary for their Netflix deal, Meghan will not be accompanying him. Netflix has reportedly urged them to fulfill their commitments to avoid losing the deal. This separation in professional pursuits has led Meghan to seek a new path as a Hollywood power player independently of Harry. Rumors about their troubled marriage have circulated for a while, with Meghan often absent from Harry's side during key events. They haven't publicly acknowledged their 5th wedding anniversary, which further fueled speculations about the state of their relationship. Royal biographer Angela Levin believes their marriage has disintegrated badly, and Meghan may be plotting a slow separation, isolating Harry from his family and friends. Harry's public image also suffered after admitting in court that he lacks evidence in a phone hacking lawsuit. In summary, Harry and Meghan are facing significant challenges in their personal and professional lives, and a trial separation may be their attempt to find clarity and resolve their issues. The Sussexes are facing significant challenges, with their separation being a turning point after being fired from Spotify. Their luxurious California lifestyle, including a $14 million mansion and high security costs, has put them under tremendous financial pressure. Their emotional struggles and past admissions of therapy and depression have likely contributed to the decision to take time apart on different continents. This trial separation is seen as an opportunity for them to find what they need to move forward, either together or apart. However, their brand has taken a hit due to their attacks on Harry's family and a loss of their Spotify contract. Many people are tired of the royal bashing, and their lack of talent and skills in the industry has become apparent. It is clear that without their royal connection, they would not have made it to their current status. Building a stable financial future seems to have been neglected, leaving them reliant on their royal titles and privileges.